Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Now in this video I am going to actually be showing you the various combat settings you can use. Combat basically means auto in this game, be it for PvE or PvP, and some other classes have special combat stuff that I've made for them. So auto is just this icon right here. You tap on it, when it has this glowing stuff over it, it means you are an auto. So I'm going to be sharing this for every single class currently in Dragonrider, and right now I think there are about 14 or 15 classes. So some of these classes are special in a way that their auto has, or they have various strategies in combat that it requires more than one or two auto builds. Some of them only have one auto, which would be for combat, and others have PvE and PvP. And then we have some special classes like the Soul Dancer and stuff that has special auto settings for them. I will explain everything that I can in this video, but I don't want it to be that long, so I won't dwell on most of them. Okay. Now you can always pause the video and just copy this build, but I will try in some of them to open this section, so you can also pause the video here and copy this right here. Now I also want to let you guys know that I recorded some of this on my phone because I've been having electricity issues, so I wasn't able to record every single thing on PC. So I apologize in advance for the poor quality some of the classes might be on. So anyway, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the video, I guess. Let's start. Alright, so we have the Blademaster first. I haven't used this class that much, but it's pretty fun. We have the PvP and PvE section of this auto build, and it's fairly the same thing. Mainly, it's just, I mean, there's not really much difference from the PvP and PvE, except the way I arrange the skill order to help you, stay immune to CC and all that stuff. So, but again, pause the video and copy whichever you want. Now the Gunslinger is it's a lot more fun in my opinion. You have the PvP and PvE section. I did not let the auto press the biggest damage dealing skill as that Kameha skill, so you have to press it yourself. So this is basically it as well. You just pause the video and copy. Now the Assassin is one of those special classes that has another one. There's the PvP, the PvE, and there's spam. So I'm going to show you an example of the spam in action right now. So this is actually on mobile. I recorded this. This is just showing you spam showcase. Spam is just basically you spamming damage, or you continuously using your biggest damage in the shadow state. And this can also be used in PvP, mind you. So it's pretty fun actually. Now for Soul Dancer is another technical class. We have the PvP or PvE, you can use it for either. Then we have Spam Control and Azuriel. Spam Control is basically you spamming Duck and the freezing skill, and Azuriel is basically you spamming the mark of Azuriel. So you can again pause the video and copy this. This is for PvP and PvE. This is your normal rotation you will always be using for everywhere, and this is for only when you want to spam. Now to spam skills, you need certain things which I will explain in this video, and I will showcase the spam control. You can use this when fighting players, but these particular ones are only for spamming certain skills. Like I was circling here, it was for Azuriel, and the other one is for freezing and turning your opponent into dog. Depending on whatever you like, that's the one you will go for. Now for you to actually spam properly, you need a couple things. First thing you actually need is this passive, which is Light Seal, and this passive, to obtain Light Seal you need the right EX. So I'm going to show you the build you can use depending on your CDR. Now if your CDR is quite low, you will need this particular EX Light Beacon. That's the main one you will use. If your CDR is very high, like 350,000 plus, you can use any of these builds. But if your CDR is very low, you can use this particular build with Memory Spring as the S rank talent. So remember, this is the best build for me, in my opinion, you can use for any Soul Dancer, even if your CDR is high. Now I'm going to show you the spams of Azuriel first. So first you want to actually use Memory Spring, and then you automatically start spamming. Now if your CDR is very low, you need to type, or rather tap on Time Expansion as well. So while spamming, you can also switch to the duck control, and this is duck control. It's basically you spamming the bubbles and turning your opponent into ducks. If you switch back to Azuri, you spam Mark of Azuri, and when you feel like, because this only lasts for I think 21 seconds, when you feel your CDR or the time is almost up, you can just switch back to your normal damage. And that's basically the Soul Dancer spam. So I hope you guys, this is actually fun. I hope you guys enjoy this. Let's move on. Now the fighter is one of those easy class. I just have two builds for this. The one that deals in shielding you and protecting you from damage, and another one that deals in using missile. So the main difference between these two is the missile and the shielding. What I mean by this is what your robot uses at the start of the fight. So if you feel like you don't survive a lot, you can use the shield. If you feel you want to go more damage, use the missile. Reaper is never use auto for the Reaper. I would not advise you use auto for the Reaper, but if you do want to use auto, you need to take note of this, and the hard point is the main thing. You want to go to this section, click on this area, and actually select the hard point. Use 5090 like I am using. It's gonna be a lot helpful. Now the difference between these two builds is, you can see I just added the teleportation for Raven's Shadow. That's the red state teleportation. Now you can always remove that if you want, but I just added it because I thought it will be, or it will make PvP a lot more fun for you if you are actually using auto. So this is actually the normal spam, or rather the normal just without the red shadow teleportation. It's pretty good, and you can see I added the undo to actually make you regain your health in PvE. So I think it's actually pretty great. Then now let's try the other one. Now this is the other one, and this is the one that includes the second teleportation in the red state, and you're going to see me use it right now. There it is, and you can see the switch. So I felt it's going to be a lot more helpful in PvP. Now the puppets here, there are two autos I made for this class. One is the one that actually just focuses on spamming Force Cleaver, and the other one focuses on putting the Razor Wind a little further behind in the skill section. Now I'm going to do a little demonstration as to why I made the second one. This is the first one actually, and this one is for those that just want to, you know, play the normal tank build. But this one right now is for those that are playing the damage build. I guess it's a little tanky but still damagey, but it is focused more on Force Cleaver. If you don't understand what that is, check out my Puppeteer guide, but I will still show you a little what I'm trying to explain now. So let's go and I'll show you it. So Force Cleaver is basically, this second one focuses on transformation, and first you're actually going to use transformation and then use this skill to give you super armor and make you immune to damage. And next you want to use your second, but you could use this second skill and then use the first skill to reset the second skill, and then you can use the second skill again and then the first skill for Razor Wheel and using this Razor Wind. Basically this is just in case your opponent is keeping an eye for Razor Wind. Most people think Puppeteer uses it early, but you don't in this build. Now Phantom Sound is a lot easier. I think I just made two builds for this class. So we have the Sonic Boom, big damage for PvE. Basically this is just you using double red continuously in your damage. There is no healing at all in both builds, so you will have to heal yourself or tap the green skill yourself. Now this second one I just included Poison Pool. You can always remove that. I just had a feeling Poison Pool is a lot useful in PvP, especially group PvP, than the Sonic Boom nowadays, I guess. So it's your choice, you can remove it if you want. And remember to heal yourself. Now we have Skateboarder. Skateboarder is fairly easy. This is the build I use. I think this one works for any and all things, for both PvE and PvP. So that's why I named it Auto. Now for the Floramancer, it's kind of like the Skateboarder in a way, but this one I made two builds for the PvE and PvP. The PvE build mainly focuses on damage, so you don't have to worry about getting stunned, but the PvP build tries to be a little more technical by going invisible, removing controls and all that thing. If you notice, I didn't put the invisibility skill in the PvE build, so that's basically it. If you want the talent, check out the guide video. For the Illusionist, I believe there are two builds you can use. One is the clone build and the other is the cage build. there should probably be a mixture build of both of them, but I didn't want to go too crazy in the auto of this class. So one of them focuses on using the clone quickly and then spamming some other skills, and then the other focuses on using the cage quickly. It's mainly cage and buff, and before you can get to the clone. So that's basically the two builds. Visioneer is a little more complicated, not that complicated. So the main thing was I changed the way you actually use your rotation. For PvE, I don't really care about getting stunned. Stuns are the main reason why I changed skill rotations for all these class builds. Now for PvE, you do not worry about getting stunned. But for PvP, you actually worry about getting stunned. That's why I put the skills to immediately change to the yellow suppression state as fast as possible. Now Shadow Fencer, I have not used this class in a while, but and one thing I'm sure of is Shadow Fencer actually does a lot of quick attacks. So that's why I made two builds for it, the PvP and the PvE, and also based on you getting stunned and stunning opponents. That's why I made it arranged like this. So I'm going to actually demonstrate to you the first one. And now we can have the second one, which actually goes like this. You can again pause the video and copy the build if you want to. You can see he uses the skill very fast. So yeah. Now for Yasai, I think I made two builds for this, or was it just one build? Yeah, it was two builds. I keep forgetting. So for the Yasai, I'm going to showcase the skill. For the PvE, you do not worry about getting stunned again because it's PvE. So I did not include the dog skill in the red states that teleports and makes you invisible and gives you control immunity. Also, since you have a lot of dashes to catch up to monsters and stuff, I think this is one of the most fun classes to use auto on, although I won't advise you use auto on PvP with this class. Now for the PvP build, I did include the dock, so you will notice me teleporting. Why I do not like this is just like that, you teleport backwards. So it's not that good, but it is still fun to use in PvP, and it does make sense to keep that dock skill there because it removes stun and controls and all that stuff. So it does have to be in the PvP auto build, but it's still pretty fun, not gonna lie. Now for the Elementalist, there are two builds, but I just made three for the fun of it. First is the Fire and Wind, next is the Water and Earth, and the last one is the Water, Earth and Wind. This is basically Water and Earth still. So I just put the Wind there because it helps you, take time to regain your elemental affinities and stuff. So for the Fire and Wind, you will still tap the Earth, that is auto will tap it for you, but it doesn't show in your skill or your elemental gauge, those things up there, so it won't affect your rotation. I will show you the build for the Fire and Wind because I think it's needed. So this is what I use for the Fire and Wind, and this is the build for the Water. So pretty good. Now this is what you'll be doing for Water and Earth, but that's all. Now for Dragonrider, I made two builds for this class. There honestly can be more auto builds for this class because this class has so many rotations. So there's the PvE and PvP, which again depends on you getting stunned and not getting stunned. So that is basically why I changed the rotations. You can just pause the video, copy for any one of these builds, and it should be pretty good. And also the dragon rotation, I think is basically the same for both of them. So just enjoy either rotations you want. The main classes I would suggest you do not use for this, use auto for, again, is the Reaper. So just keep that in mind. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. I appreciate you. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or requests, drop them down there. I am making the suggested or requested videos right now as we speak, the ones I can make, that is. And I hope you guys have a lovely time. Take it easy and bye-bye.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time, no.